more effective than major house brand rinses.
What kind of investment are you looking for what percentage of the company, and how will you use the money?
How much more time and cost until you add the additional clinical claims you want to have? Last question, what are your sales and margins to justify your $26 million valuation? What are your sales and margins to date? It's an honor to be at DentalTank. We're looking forward to meeting all of the great startups here and all the people that attend.
Just started my 52nd year in this business. I've done so many different things in this wonderful industry, working with so many wonderful inventors, entrepreneurs, practitioners.
What we do is we evaluate products, and we take those products, if we love them, and there are those we don't, and we take those products and we bring them full force into dentistry.
I'm looking forward to hearing everyone's pitch and seeing what's out there, what you've built, why your product, why your company.
So those are my 4 filters: bigger, faster, easier, cheaper. If you can answer those, I'm going to be very interested in investing in you, either with dollars or with time or with my reputation.
Really looking forward to what we are going to see today, and hope everybody enjoys the event.
And let the games begin. We're super excited to have you. They are a developer and manufacturer of antimicrobial products. Our family of infection controlled dental products include a ready-to-use oral and nasal barrier cream, a concentrated oral irrigant, a hand cleanser, and a nasal spray. These award-winning products are used in dentistry for caries and periodontal control and to prevent COVID-19 transmission. Herb, welcome to the stage.
Okay, thanks so much, Elijah. I appreciate being here, and we want to talk today about ioTech International and its products and its technology. And we're talking about a new breed of antimicrobial products. These products are best in class for their ability to be germicidal, and you'll see in just a minute there's plenty good reason for my saying so. So this is advanced chemistry is based on iodine, advanced form of iodine. These are patented products, and these products, as an example, our oral rinse is far more effective than major house brand rinses. Also, rinses that are well known throughout the dental community with regard to their antiviral activity. Our oral rinse is completely effective against rhinovirus, a very difficult to kill virus. That virus is not inactivated by other oral rinses. For example, acetylpyridinium chloride, alcohols, essential oils, they don't touch rhinovirus. Ours completely inactivates it in 30 seconds. Our products were tested at the Antiviral Research Institute of Utah State University for their effectiveness against SARS-CoV-2. Those tests included the 2 rinses that are recommended or have been recommended by the ADA in their interim guidance for COVID-19, which is 1.5% hydrogen peroxide and also 0.2% Pulvidone iodine. None of those rinses, nor chlorhexidine gluconate, were able to inactivate SARS-CoV-2 fully in either 30 seconds or in 60 seconds. Our rinse completely inactivated it in 30 seconds. Clinicians' report has issued in their April 2021 newsletter an evaluation of oral rinses for their effectiveness against SARS-CoV-2. And of the rinses tested, which included hydrogen peroxide, chlorhexidine gluconate, and also Pulvidone iodine, as well as our rinse. Our rinse was the only one to completely inactivate SARS-CoV-2, and it did it in a way that was 100 times more biocidal than any of the other rinses. And in fact, it was the only rinse that was shown to be effective in the presence of saliva. The only rinse shown to be effective in the presence of saliva against SARS-CoV-2. None of the other rinses were able to do that. Molecular iodine is also effective, and in fact, when we compare it to chlorhexidine gluconate, you'll see that chlorhexidine gluconate against coronavirus is poorly effective. In fact, a 5% solution of chlorhexidine gluconate, which is 42 times stronger than the chlorhexidine gluconate rinses that we use, 0.12%, after 1 hour of exposure, was unable to completely inactivate coronavirus and failed to test as an antiviral agent for coronavirus. Against rhinovirus, chlorhexidine gluconate completely ineffective. Against Fusobacterium nucleatum, it did very well because chlorhexidine gluconate is a gold standard for periodontal care, and Fusobacterium nucleatum is a periodontal bacterium. So it got a 4.19 log kill in 15 seconds, but for strep mutans, it was almost completely ineffective. So against a cariogenic bacteria, not so good. In every single case, molecular iodine, our rinse, completely effective in 30 seconds, completely effective in 30 seconds, and even for the periodontal bacteria, it was 100 times more effective than the chlorhexidine gluconate. Against povidone iodine takes 5 minutes to completely inactivate Staph aureus, yet a molecular iodine rinse completely inactivates Staph aureus in 30 seconds, 10 times shorter. Against poliovirus, after 15 minutes, a povidone iodine solution achieves a 0.6 log kill, yet in 90 seconds, you get complete inactivation and a 4.5 log kill with molecular iodine. Molecular iodine is non-staining compared to the vial that you see on right, which is your traditional povidone iodine. And in order to be able to show the differential, not only is the molecular iodine solution much more effective than the povidone iodine solution, but also it doesn't stain. And the vial that you see on the left, which is similar to this bottle that you see here, the bottle on the left is a molecular iodine solution, which is 10 times stronger, 10 times more biocidal than the one on the right, which is your traditional povidone iodine. Yet the anomaly here is that this solution, which is 10 times stronger than this solution, is almost something which is safe to drink, almost. And in fact, it's an essential nutrient. Our bodies require it because iodine is a required essential nutrient without which we suffer iodine deficiency diseases. You're not going to see me do this with povidone iodine. You're not going to see me do this with chlorhexidine gluconate, but this is almost safe enough to drink. And in fact, iodine is used to disinfect drinking water and has been used as such by the military for more than 50 years. 10 times stronger than povidone iodine. Okay, so these products have important efficacy in a number of different dental applications. In fact, dozens of different dental applications. Excuse me, I'm going the wrong way here. Here we go. Okay, so our company is focusing its activities on the professional dental side, right? So we sell to dental offices, we sell to through distributors, and we also sell direct to dental patients. We also, our products though are ubiquitous. They're used and important in so many different industries. And in fact, We're interested in the advanced wound care area. We're interested in agriculture. We're interested in OTC applications, but not for us to do it ourselves. We're not big enough. We don't have the infrastructure for those things. We are focused on the professional dental side. These other areas, our interests are generated by large companies which are potential licensees who can pick up the ball and do the heavy lifting in those areas. So we're happy to license out into those areas as well. In the dental side, our primary focus is, in the professional dental, is for periodontal disease, both for in-office treatment and for daily at-home use by patients, which also make this an important profit center for dental offices. And in addition to that, it also has anti-caries potential. Iodine is very effective as an anti-caries agent. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, our products have found use in hundreds and hundreds, thousands of dental offices as a pre-procedural rinse, for use in dental water lines, for nasal applications, as a hand sanitizer, used in air diffusers, so that iodine molecules can diffuse into the air and be effective in knocking down the viral in dental aerosols. It's been used in hard surface disinfectants. Our company, from our dental activities, is currently doing about $3 million a year, and that's with a cosmetic claim only. In addition to selling direct to dental offices and to dental distributors, we also have joint ventures that we're negotiating for manufacturing and distribution in the Orient, in Taiwan and China, and also in Europe. Our current products have earned the Catapult Vote of Confidence, and also Clinicians Report has voted them as best products of the year. They include, if you look on the left, you'll see a 1-liter oral rinse, and also comes in a 12-ounce. We also have a concentrated irrigant for use as in an oral irrigating device. We also have a gel for use in dental trays for moderate to severe periodontal treatment. They're worn just 10 minutes a day, extremely effective. We also have a hand cleanser. All of these products have very high levels of molecular iodine. This is patented technology. We're the only company that has it. We also we've introduced a nasal spray, high levels molecular iodine, and also a nasal barrier cream. The nasal barrier cream has 2 modes of action, one of which is to provide a physical barrier to prevent viral shedding in the nasal passages, and the second function is its antimicrobial iodine function. So an effective antimicrobial tool, and very, very inexpensive for dental offices to use and provide that greater protection, because there's more viral load in the nasal cavity than there is in the oral cavity, more viral load. So it's an important product. For advanced wound care, again, this is something that we've licensed off to others. In this case, we've licensed off advanced wound care applications globally to Medline Industries, a $14 billion a year hospital supply company that has greater than 30% of market share in the United States. They've licensed 5 products initially for wound care. The first one, a wound cleanser, has been developed. It's currently on stability testing, and this quarter they're filing for FDA 510(k) medical device clearance. They've already paid us $75,000 towards $100,000 of milestone payments. They'll pay us next year when they launch these products. They'll be paying us royalties, and they have an interest in other of our products as well. In agriculture, again, we license off to others. In agriculture, we've signed an agreement with Global Iodine Solutions. They have the territorial rights now for Australia and New Zealand. We're in discussion with them for global rights. They want it for pre-harvest and post-harvest applications, both of which have been proven already in testing. For pre-harvest applications, it's to increase crop yields. I've been to farms throughout South America. I've seen the toxicity of these other fungicides that are being used. These can safely increase crop yields without the dangers associated with the others. Also, for post-harvest applications, it keeps produce fresh even up to weeks longer. So big applications there, and this is an existing license.
How much more time and cost until you add the additional clinical claims you want to have?
What kind of investment are you looking for what percentage of the company, and how will you use the money?
Last question, what are your sales and margins to justify your $26 million valuation? What are your sales and margins to date?
At Paradise Dental Technologies, we're passionate about creating instruments that increase clinician comfort through smart ergonomics. Our instruments improve efficiency with better blade and handle design and enhance durability by using only the best materials and metallurgical processes. From hygiene to surgical to fully loaded instrument kits, we have a comprehensive selection of the most superior hand instruments to suit your practice's every need. We observe and research professional and patient needs in order to innovate and design the best instruments available. Paradise Dental Technologies, home of the Montana Jack and countless other life-changing instruments.
What kind of investment are you looking for what percentage of the company, and how will you use the money?
Oh, so we're looking for $4 million, and it's for 15% of the company. Places a $26.7 million valuation.
How will you use the money?
Yeah, so the money will be used for, number one, to increase our manufacturing capability to support this additional growth. It's going to be used for additional testing and regulatory purposes. It's also going to be used to boost our marketing efforts and for general working capital.
A few questions for you. The first one, it almost sounds too good to be true, molecular iodine. What if any, complications or side effects are there to its usage?
You know, the question you asked is an age-old question. It's the same question that I asked. The only drawback that I see, the only practical drawback that I see and have seen in the development of this, and I'm one of the co-authors of the patent, so I've been in this from the beginning. And the only drawback that I see is that the iodine is volatile, so that we have to be careful how it's packaged, and it also has to be, we have to be careful about how it's stored or used. So in all of the normal applications that we're envisioning, that there is no problem. There is no problem. Only with misuse is there a problem.
What kind of problem? Like abdominal?
The problem is the loss of iodine, the loss of effectiveness. For example, iodine is completely compatible with PET plastic, and we ship our products in PET plastic containers. But if somebody wants to take our product and transfer it into another container on their own, maybe, for example, they want to use our concentrate, and in order to save money, rather than buy our ready-to-use rinse, the dental office will want to use our concentrate and dilute it on their own. to save money. Well, they could do that. But the problem is if they put it into a container, which is not compatible with the iodine to do it, that's where it can lose its effectiveness.
Understood.
So as long as it's stored and used in the containers that we provide, there is no problem.
2 more quick questions.
Sure.
One of them, in one of your slides, you said you have a run rate of $3 million with the cosmetic claims only.
Yes.
How much more time and cost to more claims?
Say again?
How much more time and cost until you add the additional clinical claims you want to have?
Right. Okay. So we originally were looking down the path of a new drug application. And as a new drug application, it would cost us approximately $3 million, and it would take anywhere between 2 to 3 years to obtain.
Understood.
We're not continuing down that path. What we are doing, and what we've already are in the process of doing, within 6 months, we should be able to market with a drug claim for anti-plaque and anti-gingivitis for our oral rinse, because we're going to combine it with an existing active, which we've already determined that they're completely compatible, and we're including our iodine into that as an antimicrobial preservative, and we'll be able to take advantage of existing claims under a federal monograph, and that process will probably cost us $50,000. And the testing has started for that already, the antimicrobial preservative testing. We know it's effective for that purpose. So within 6 months, it'll be on the market with those claims. And we also are starting testing for that same product and which we feel very confident about, is that we'll also going to be able to show efficacy against the Delta variant of SARS-CoV-2. And there is an ongoing perio trial, which is just started, which is going to give us additional data that we can talk about and our distributors can talk about as well. So the answer to your question is not only for that product, but for several of our other products that will be able, with an antifungal for foot, for which we're negotiating a podiatric license with an existing podiatric manufacturer who has tested our products for those purposes, and those will also have claims as an OTC drug.
Last question. What are your sales and margins to justify your $26 million valuation? What are your sales and margins to date?
Our valuation is not based on our current sales. Our valuation is based on the potential of this company. And our current sales, which I told you, which approximately our run rate is about $3 million now. That's with strictly cosmetic claims. None of these other joint venture royalties have come into play yet. So the valuation is, also we've had other companies, including global companies, who have offered us an opportunity at that market valuation range of $26 to $30 million.
Well, how'd you feel? Did you get your message out? Did you feel comfortable that you said what you wanted to say?
No.
Okay.
No.
Before your day even begins, Dental Intelligence is already hard at work. It tracks everything, then tells you where you can get better. It finds hidden revenue, fills your schedule, improves patient care, and so much more. When you get in, Dental Intelligence tells you which patients need to be called and why. It's all done for you, so nothing ever falls through the cracks. No reports to run, tons of saved time. It analyzes your schedule, tracks your production, your goals, tells you when patients have unscheduled treatment or past due balances. It remembers everything, so you don't have to. It finds opportunities, then tells you about them. Dental Intelligence sees what people can't, always analyzing, looking for red flags, and helping you get the most out of every single day. It removes all the guesswork. Now you can see what's actually happening in your practice anytime you want. Actionable metrics, financial and performance tracking, The list goes on and on.
Well, I'm here with Herb from ioTech International. This is Herb. He just got off the stage of the DentalTank, and how'd it go?
Well, I couldn't see. It was dark in there.
Very bright lights. You actually can't hardly see because the lights are blinding you, kind of.
Yeah, but here I am. So.
Well, how'd you feel? Did you get your message out? Did you feel comfortable that you said what you wanted to say?
No.
Okay.
No.
It's a bigger story.
No, because I got halfway through the presentation. So, but that's because the information is so important that I want to make sure people didn't miss anything. So if I would have stuck to the timelines, we would have gotten through. But I only got half the message out. But I hope that half a message was important enough, and some of it stuck home, so that it had an effect.
Yeah, I think so, because it's amazing that the molecular iodine is out there. It's what I like about it, of course, is that it's correct me if I'm wrong, but it's homeopathic, drug-free. I mean, it's natural.
It's natural and it's organic.
And organic.
Natural and organic.
So is it in the homeopathic space?
We don't sell it as a homeopathic drug, but it is natural because it's naturally occurring, and it's organic because because the iodine is in every human being. It's in every plant, or it's in plants, and it's also in animals.
You said it's primarily for periodontal disease in the dental space.
Our initial application is primarily periodontal. There's strong anti-caries applications. But yes, periodontal primarily.
So I'm just aware that in the dental space, and as far as an anti-caries treatment, studies are coming out shortly on iodine as being a very powerful tool, very powerful medicine to control caries.
Yeah, there have been a number of studies that have done, particularly for early childhood caries, with Pulvidone iodine, and have shown it to be very, very effective. In one study of infants from 12 months to 18 months of age that were prone to caries because they had 2 successive cultures of strep mutans, and also they were given bottles with a cariogenic liquid at night, that those patients who started off caries-free in a 12-month study with 6 applications of Pulvidone iodine, once every 2 months, topical applications, that 94% remain caries-free at the end of a year. For the untreated control group, only 54% were caries-free. So that was just one study. There's been dozens of studies with Pulvidone iodine and caries. The active agent in Pulvidone iodine is molecular iodine. It's the only biocidal species or moiety of iodine. And our technology, our products, enhance and multiply and magnify that molecular iodine so that we build it up, stabilize it at those high levels, and suppress all the other species of iodine which contribute to toxicity and staining, but do not kill germs. That's why our products don't stain, because the other moieties of iodine are staining. So they're more effective but safer to use.
I'm sold. I mean, I know the power of iodine. I also know that there's going to be a lot of discussion about iodine in the dental space. It just isn't here yet, but it's coming. So I think you're just on the cusp of having an amazing line of products, not only for the dental industry, but all across the board.
Right. Wherever germs are a problem for plants, for animals, or for humans, there's an opportunity for these products because they're safer to use and they're generally more effective.
How are your products being elevated in the functional medicine space? Are you finding a very receptive audience there?
Very much so. In fact, this concept of periodontal bacteremias is something that's of intense interest to us. And there's also been studies that show that Pulvidone iodine has been more effective as a single subgingival irrigation prior to a tooth extraction or a dental procedure compared to either chlorhexidine gluconate or sterile water. The chlorhexidine gluconate was no more effective than the sterile water, and only the iodine, the Pulvidone iodine, which was tested, showed a substantial and significant reduction in the bacteria in the bloodstream. So we know of the importance, and in fact, I'm sure you're aware, certainly, that that now for cardiovascular disease, that periodontal bacteremias are not just considered a function of it or allied with it, but an actual and direct cause of it.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, I'd like to see how molecular iodine works on 5 of the high-risk pathogens that are actually causative to atherosclerosis, and I would love to try that for myself. Actually, I'm personally do studies with that, but this would be a great product to see what it would do in that space.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So you said you've got some studies coming out on the anti-plaque and anti-gingivitis, and I'm thinking if you really want to hit one out of the park, wait for those anti-caries studies to come out.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So we can't do everything at once, but that is of intense interest for us, and it could be, whether it's in the form of a toothpaste or whether it's in the form of a gel like a fluoride gel, but rather an iodine gel for topical applications. This has enormous applications. It has applications in endo. It has applications in perio and perioimplantitis. The list goes on.
And it works well with fluoride as well. So between fluoride treatments and iodine, I mean, I'm hearing that the effectiveness of that is just really making a big difference.
The other thing is iodine has never been shown, and I'm not just talking about our products, I mean any iodine. There's nothing in the public literature that has ever spoken to iodine causing bacterial resistance. Chlorhexidine gluconate does. Right. So there are no. We certainly know that antibiotics do.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So to have something that is so effective, can be administered locally rather than systemically, and not cause bacterial resistance to develop is a wonderful thing. And that's one of the reasons why we advocate daily at-home use of these products, because most of the perio destruction occurs at home. Between the visits.
Yeah. Well, yes, and you also said that, like, that bacteria, pretty darn smart, but can't work its way around the molecular iodine, right?
Because there's multiple mechanisms of action. They haven't figured it out yet.
And safe. So you said you came almost to the point where you said you could drink the stuff, but we don't certainly recommend that. But
Right.
but it's that safe that it's.
The U.S. Army was issuing iodine tablets to disinfect drinking water.
Yeah.
When I was in the Army and I had a canteen and I was out on a field problem, then when we took lake water or we took water from the field, we'd put in an iodine tablet in our drinking water to disinfect it, to sanitize the drinking water, and then we drank it. Okay, so you're talking about iodine has been around. The same iodine we're using in our products has been around for as long as recorded history. Early Chinese physicians, 5,600 years ago, they didn't know they were using iodine because it wasn't discovered as an element until 1811. But they were reporting on the use of iodine because they were reporting on seaweed, sea urchins, and also sea sponges, which they ground up into a paste, put around patients' necks, and they were treating goiters successfully, enlarged thyroid gland. They didn't know it was the iodine in it as the active, but they saw empirically that it worked. So since recorded time, this has been in use, and what we've figured out is a way to take something which has already been in existence. We did not invent a new molecule. And we've isolated it, we've boosted up to concentrated levels, and we've suppressed the other species of iodine, which are so much more plentiful, but don't do anything except contribute to toxicity.
Wow. Well, we're talking to Herb from ioTech International.
ioTech International.
ioTech International. And so I think what we got to do is we got to make 20. Well, let's see, we're already pretty well through 2021. Let's make 2022 the year of iodine. What do you say?
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Sounds good to
And
me.
I see you have a big line of products too. So how many products are you going to put out there with iodine in them in the dental and medical space?
There's a need for dozens of them.
Okay.
There's a need for dozens of them. And these are important products. For example, our pre-rinse. In the early stages of the pandemic, the ADA was recommending hydrogen peroxide and Pulvidone iodine as pre-rinses to help to protect against COVID-19. They were working with the best available information at the time. The only problem is that the best available information currently is now known to have been the wrong information. Hydrogen peroxide is not effective as a pre-rinse, yet thousands, tens of thousands of dental offices were thinking that they were secure and that the patients and their staff were secure by having patients rinse with hydrogen peroxide, and it wasn't doing anything. Right? The Canadian Dental Hygienists Association has abandoned, not only abandoned, they've sent out a directive to all of the hygienists in Canada to stop using hydrogen peroxide as a pre-rinse. The Royal College of Surgeons in Ontario has done the same thing for the dental offices in Ontario. And it just goes on and on. So the Ontario public health authorities have done the same thing. And why? Because research that has come out with literature reviews of hydrogen peroxide efficacy for antiviral efficacy against SARS-CoV-2. There was a literature review which was done by 2 different dental schools and the virology department of a medical school. That research came out, and this review reviewed 976 published articles, peer-reviewed articles, on the efficacy of hydrogen peroxide, and their conclusion was it has no antiviral activity and should not be used, and the idea of using it as a pre-rinse should be re-examined. Okay, and this is what we've been thinking that is protecting our offices. Okay, so there is a better way, and with all new technology, it takes time. In some cases, much longer than we would like it to. But there's no reason why this should not be used routinely in all dental offices.
I'm with you. All right, this is Herb from ioTech International. He just got out of the dental tank, yet he's more fired up than you could possibly imagine. So listen, you're going to hear more about iodine, especially molecular iodine. So all the good news you hear about iodine, I guess the thing to remember is that molecular iodine is just the more effective, the latest, the greatest, and Herb's the man, and ioTech International is the company.
Great, and I'm so glad you got the name right.
How'd I do? All right, thanks, Herb.
Let's talk about the holy grail of oral hygiene, which is perhaps the most significant development in dentistry since the integration of fluoride.
I mean, it looks like you're at ground, the base, and you're looking to launch. So price-wise, what are you looking for? Dollars-wise, and management-wise, what are you looking for?
Hey everybody, welcome to Nashville. And what is this Nashville event all about? Well, first off, I can tell you this. When you purchase a ticket for the Dental Festival in Nashville, you'll be purchasing a ticket that allows you to go to up to 20 different dental conferences. These conferences are usually located all throughout the country at different times, but we've brought everybody together at one place to collaborate. So we're gonna be at the Omni Hotel, the Joseph Hotel, and the Tri-Brand Marriott hotels Those hotels, literally, you step out the door and you walk across the street. They're all there. And what it looks like as an attendee is each day you get to pick the conference that you want to go to. You only need to purchase one ticket and you get in to all of them. Another really cool thing is that we believe that fun is extremely important. We believe that you learn 10 times faster when you're having fun. And so we believe 50% should be education and 50% should be amazing fun and experiences that you will never forget. So welcome to the Dental Festival in Nashville. So here's what I'm gonna tell you. This event is the 6th through the 10th of July in 2022. And if you wanna come for 2 days, 1 day, 3 days, or 4, that is completely up to you. Same cost of a ticket, and you just pick the conferences that you want to go to. It's totally up to you. We have a central vendor hall where everybody could go and learn about all the different products and innovations in dentistry, and we have separate conferences throughout the entire event that you get to choose from. So whatever you want to be educated on, I'm sure that we have it. Make sure to get your ticket as soon as possible. The sooner you purchase your ticket, the cheaper the ticket will be. And please remember, if you don't like fun, this conference is not for you. But if you like to have the time of your life, Dental Festival's for you. I will see you there.